Climate change has huge impacts on human rights. It affects all issues to do with poverty, to do with access to resources, and actually in many cases to people's fundamental right to live in a safe and secure place.
Yes, I would say that human rights are connected to climate change. To give an example, I went to a forum last year with people from vulnerable island states, and they were asking questions about what will happen if my home disappears, how will I earn a living, what happens to my language, my family, my life. All of these are questions that are also related to human rights, as well as being questions related to climate change.
I would want everybody in a spirit of equal dignity to have the right to be heard, not just to speak or to communicate, as in Article 19, which is probably my favorite article of the whole Declaration of Human Rights, but to actually be listened to, which is different from being able to communicate.
The right to be able to live in a peaceful and non-disturbed way and have the benefits of being able to have a standard of living and a quality of life in your own country that does not compromise anybody else or anywhere else.
I think these rights are violated by people turning a blind eye. People like hackers who think that serving some deep cause, thinks that somehow by putting money towards climate change, people are taking money away from poverty alleviation, when actually climate change is the greatest creator of poverty the world has or will ever know, and therefore, in order to really deal with poverty, you must deal with climate change. I would arrest the hackers, but I wouldn't necessarily send them to jail. I would send them to school to teach them some real facts and make them realize that their ideological attachments are sadly based on misinformation.
If I was able to arrest people, I guess it would be some of the lobbyists who are consciously seeking to destroy the scientific consensus or the perception of a scientific consensus on climate change. The scientific consensus on climate change is real, but the general impression created in the public mind and in policymakers' mind is that it's not real.
There are clearly some individuals that I would certainly like to arrest in terms of taking them out of the picture, getting them out of harm's way. So, top of this list would include the chief executive officers of all the oil companies, of the coal companies. I would put in the top of that list the politicians of the Saudi Arabian government. I would put in there certainly certain members of the US government. There are people, those are some of the individuals that I think need to be taken out of the picture because they are blocking process.